Hello everyone, this is Kevin Mange, and this is Kev's TV series. Okay, so, last video was nothing but, well, it was something a little deep. And now you all understand what else I'm afraid of. But it's time now that I get into this journey in the Kalos region. And then after when I'm done with talking about my Kalos region's journey, I'm going to mention something of what you should know of what's going to come next when I come back to North Andover Camp. So, without further ado, it's time to hear this journey. So, of what we understand of, in terms of the anime to the game lore, you just get your starter of choice first in Kalos before you head to Lumiere City. When you do head to Lumiere City, you're going to get a second set of starters. And that results in why each 3 has its distinctive mega evolution. And the thing of mega evolution, the Kanto starters of Venusaur, Blastoise, and Charizard each have their own mega evolution. So in the game, you don't really choose your starter Pokemon from Professor Sycamore, but a bunch of kids that'll bring out those starter Pokemon. Chespin, Fennekin, and Froakie. So that means you don't have to Lumiere City at all in the games when you get your starters out in the beginning, and you always do that in the beginning. That way you have a nice, easy send-off before you head to Lumiere City, and then you get your second set of starters, i.e. Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle. And that's all Professor Sycamore will give you, and not the 3 starters through Kalos. But in the anime, it's different. When Ash did it in the anime, he first heads to Lumiere City. So that means, when I'm done with Unova, for my journey in Unova, the first thing that will happen is I'm going to head to Lumiere City. And then after that, when you board through Lumiere City, you're going to then get your starter of choice. Fennekin, Chespin, and Froakie. And as for my starter of choice, was going to be a Froakie. Perfect. So that's how we understand that. And since I'm starting off in Lumio City, I'm trying to pinpoint what is the closest city according to in-game lore to anime lore, and how convenient is where Ash went in the anime. The first gym he ever took on was Santaloon City. So that's the only city that is close. However, I'm not going to do what Ash did after he was done in Santaloon City and had to Solage City. No. Instead, I'll be heading in a different way that'll bring me to Snowbell City. So, that means I would head to Santaloon City first, then Snowbell City, and then after that, well, guess what's going to happen after that? It's a 4-way ticket to performances. So that means after Snowbell City, after I take it on, I would goosey up, be a girl, face my fear, and this is what's next after Snowbell City. It's Fleur City, where my first performance is, and then I'm going to compete in other performances. Well, if I did well or not well, it just depends on how you just get your 3 keys. You heard me correctly. You earn 3 princess keys. In order to participate in the Glory City Kalos Masters performance. So, Fleur City is going to be first. Then, Colorway Town for the next performance. So that's 2 down and some to go. After that will be Anastar City. So that means not only it's a 4-way ticket to 4 performances, but but this is the point of where I'm going to get my 3rd gym badge. I was going to say 3-way ticket, but not really. But yes, my 3rd gym badge and my next performance. After that, it would be Dindemil Town for my 4th performance. So, Fleur City is number 1, Colorway Town is number 2, Anastar City is number 3, and Dindemil Town is number 4. For in terms of performances. After that, then I'm away from being a girl for challenging the fairy types in Laver City. After that, then I return back to Lumio City. So I'm taking care of going around at the start, heading my way from Laver City back to Lumio City for my next gym battle. And this will be my 4th gym battle, which is perfect. And then I go to a different way all the way from Lumios City to Kumuin City. And it's like in Anastar City. So Kumuin City also has a performance. So that means at Lumios City, yes, I'll challenge the gym, but also the next performance. And then after Kumuin City, it would be Lagoon Town. Okay, so I believe you're wondering where Lagoon Town is and Fleur City is. So I'm going to stop right here to let you know where Fleur City is at the start, and then I'm going to talk about Lagoon Town. So, I was trying to find where Fleur City is and where Lagoon Town is. So when I mentioned Snowbell City from before, it's actually between both Anastar City and Snowbell City. And so we're close to Coraway Town. So that means Fleur City is around where Coraway Town is, Snowbell City is, and Anastar City, and I had to pinpoint where it is, and it's not like it's close to Coraway Town or anything. It's more like, well, definitely close to Coraway Town, but actually, it's actually in the mountains when you think about it. And same thing with Glory City. So both Fleur and Glory cities are both located in the same area. And if I talked about Fleur City to begin with, well, I can't go to Glory City just yet because that's where the Master's performance is. So that means that's going to be later on. But at the start, that would be close to Coraway Town in the mountains in between Snowbell City and Anastar City, and that's why I want to put Fleur City before I head myself to the way into Coraway Town. And then I would head to Coraway Town after I spend my time in Fleur City, and then I head to Coraway Town for the next performance. So anywho, now it's Lagoon Town, of where that is. And of where Lagoon Town is, well, it's in between Coumarine City and Chaleur City. You may not find it easily, but Lagoon Town is somewhere there. So after I'm done with Coumarine City, facing Coumarine City's performance and challenging the gym, then I would find Lagoon Town, compete in that performance, and then I would head to Chaleur City. Okay, good. So now you understand that about Glory City, Lagoon Town, and Fleur City of where they are. But I'll get to Glory City after. So, after Shalor City, then I head to Jeersinge town. Then Salash City for my next gym. And then it would be Ambret town. So Salash City will be my last gym match. I will get the order of the Kalos gym badges in the order that I did, but it may not be in the correct order, but it's in the order of what I do understand. So that means Salash City is going to be my last gym instead of my second gym for Kalos. And then I head to Embret town. And of how that's important, well, it's not really important unless you're going to plan to get a fossil there. But anywho, so now you understand my journey of important places, of how they are important places. So when this is all over, it would be the Lumios Kalos League. And then I'll compete in it, and then when I'm done with the Kalos League, I would make sure I would get to Glory City for the Kalos Masters performance. Alright, I'm not going to get into complete detail after the Kalos Masters performance, but I want you to hear me out for right here of how that will be. I'm good. I'm not sick or anything, but I am good. I decided to make a Lola story, so I'm gonna pause from right here. From telling you how this will go down in the end of what would happen after I compete in the Glory City Kalos Masters performance. So I wrote a story to how I would get to Alola. And then I'll explain what I would do after Glory City Kalos Masters performance. So here's just thing to know of how that will go before I mention my Alola story of how I would connect me to the Alola region. But that's in my story. So I'm going to save that for a different time when I come back. So there's not enough time to do that now. And if what you don't know is how my journey was from the beginning to right now of why I'm going to mention this in my story. So this is the only spoilers I'm going to give you instead of what would happen after the Glory City Kalos Masters performance. So remember when I talked about my Kanto journey? Well, when I talked about my Kanto journey and how I would find the Team Rocket's headquarters and the mountains in Kanto, yeah, I would do that, but what you don't know is that after I've beaten Giovanni, I would definitely be an official Team Rocket member, but I have no partner with me. I thought it would be Giovanni, but Giovanni is their boss, so that means Giovanni has no time to go on and have a journey with me. So instead, Giovanni goes and gives me a partner instead. So that means my partner is Domino. And I believe if you're wondering who Domino is, well, Domino is a character in the sort of a movie that is Mewtwo returns from after the events from Mewtwo Strikes Back. And in Mewtwo Returns, we see a girl named Domino. So I would have a girl partner whose name is Domino that would travel with me throughout the rest of my Kanto journey up to in this point in Kalos. So I'm going to leave it off from here, and I'll explain that and my Kalos part and getting to Alola. But I'm not going to talk about Alola for right now because now you understand that there. What will be next is I'm going to explain the ultimate weapon, because the ultimate weapon happens in Kalos, and how that impacted from the Kalos region to an unknown place. And I think I might have an answer to that, thanks to a certain YouTuber that brought it out that did it not land in Paldeas. But much about that in that video. So I'll see you later.